What does the term budget gaming laptop mean to you? To me, it means bringing together a package that has great performance, decent build quality, and a very attractive price tag. On paper, the Legion 5i definitely has the last component nailed down, but that may not be the full story. Let's explore why the Legion 5i could potentially be the perfect embodiment of the term budget gaming laptop. The 5i measures at 36.3cm wide, 25.9cm long, and 2.3cm tall. The entire device weighs about 2.4 kilograms, and the charger almost a further extra kilo. The chassis is composed of solid plastic panels and structurally feels very comparable to the full metal build laptops I've reviewed. Lenovo has definitely done a great job with the rigidity of the Legion 5i. Cooling is also an area which the Legion 5i impressed. Like with most modern gaming laptops, there are two exhaust vents flanking either side of the laptop, along with a further two channeling hot air out the back. This is supported by what looks like massive perforations on the bottom panel, but on closer inspection, the inner part of the panel seems to be lined with some kind of microfiber. While the material doesn't seem too thick, it probably doesn't help additional air seep through that extra layer. Anyhow, that doesn't seem to take away from the cooling capabilities of the 5i. My model has an i5-10300H and an RTX 2060. In-game, you can expect temperatures around the high 70s and high 60s for the CPU and GPU respectively. This is by far the coolest gaming laptop I've tested. To put things into context, it's around 10 degrees cooler than the likes of the Helios 300 and Omen 15 during gaming. The cooler components directly influence the amount of heat dissipated to the chassis, as it never feels too warm to the touch. On the topic of the sense of touch, I really like the soft rubberized feel Lenovo has incorporated with the keyboard deck. Also, the classic concave Lenovo style chiclet keys was very easy to adapt, and I noticed I was able to type faster without really trying. This is how the keyboard sounds. The touchpad is made from plastic and utilizes precision drivers, so the overall tracking experience is very good. For those that prefer to press as opposed to tap, the touchpad buttons do sound a bit hollow. The quad-core i5 does well in single-score performance, but tapers off when it comes to multi-core score compared to its bigger i7 brother with hexa-cores. Nonetheless, the difference is around 18 to 25% when compared to the Blade 15 and Helios 300 I've tested. What's more interesting is the difference between the Max-Q 2060 versus the non-Max-Q version in CUDA score. The non-Max-Q in this Legion 5i is around 5% faster than the Max-Q version from the Asus G14. There are 3 performance modes to choose from, which is visually depicted via a light on the power button, but to be honest, I didn't notice drastic changes between balance and performance modes. What I was really surprised by was just how quiet the entire system is. This is one of the few gaming laptops I've tested so far that is able to go completely fanless on idle or doing light work. So for students or just someone who needs a quiet system in general, the 5i can hush itself when needed to be. My configuration has the 120Hz display. It's one of 4 display options for the Legion 5i, but I don't really recommend it as it isn't a very bright screen, so things become difficult to see with anything less than 70 to 80% brightness. So if you can, go for that 144Hz panel, which is not only brighter, but is also more color accurate. In terms of I/O, the Legion 5 provides an abundance of ports on the back. There's a full-size Ethernet port, USB-C 3.1 which supports display output, 2 USB-A 3.1s Gen 1, HDMI 2.0, charging port, and a Kensington lock. There's a USB-A 3.1 on either side of the laptop, with the left one being always on. I found getting inside the Legion 5i a bit tricky. The latches holding the back panel and the chassis together was very snug, so you want to be a bit careful when opening not to damage any of the plastic. Inside, there's 2 RAM slots, with Lenovo selling laptops with a maximum of 16GB. My unit came with a tiny Samsung PM991 NVMe with 512GB of storage capacity. You can also add a conventional hard drive or a second NVMe. Lastly, an Intel Wi-Fi 6 card is also present, which is upgradable as well. This Legion 5i comes with a 60 Wh battery, which is good enough for 6 hours of YouTube playback and around 4 hours of web browsing. There is a bigger 80 Wh version available as well. Although the speakers are Harman Kardon branded, don't expect Bluetooth speaker level quality. Having said that, they are one of the better ones I've heard from a gaming laptop. Here's how they sound compared to the Asus G14. Many people I know cover their webcams with tape for privacy concerns, so Lenovo has basically solved that problem by giving you a simple latch that you can slide open or close. This is how my voice sounds with the inbuilt microphones. Overall, I'm really surprised by the Legion 5i. I thought Lenovo would have cut some corners in areas like the build quality in order to bundle powerful internals with attractive pricing, but it turns out that really isn't the case. It's a really solid feeling device, which I would even say feels better put together than pricier laptops like the Helios 300 and Omen 15. My only recommendation would be to avoid the dim 120Hz panel, but besides that, everything feels pretty rock solid. So then, if you're on the lookout for a budget gaming laptop, the Legion 5i is fantastic value for money. That's it for my review of the Legion 5i. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a like and subscribe to support more content in the future. Cheers.